Have you ever gone to bed exhausted only to wake up feeling like you're behind, like you haven't done anything? Between managing childcare, managing your home, performing at work, being present for your husband, trying to grow yourself, trying to do all of this, it seems like you don't have enough hours in the day, to do the things you want to do. If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to do all of this, then this conversation is for you. My name is Temitope Peter Okongo, and you're welcome to Rooted and Rising, a platform where I share honest conversations, where I share practical lessons, where I share faith-based encouragement to women. If you are feeling stretched, or perhaps you know a woman out there who needs encouragement, who needs practical wisdom, who needs a community of other women, to help them grow to fully become all that God has purposed for each and every one of us, then this space is for you. So to our conversation today, I've had seasons in my life where I felt stretched in all directions. And when I mean stretched, like really stretched, there are moments where I really want to be fully present for my children, I want to be excellent at work, moments where I want to be supportive to my husband, moments, where I want to be intentional about my spiritual life, and moments where I want to be committed to my personal growth. But it's like, how can I do this? How can I juggle all of this? It's a lot, and the truth is, beyond the physical demands, from all these aspects of life, there is also the mental responsibility it places on us. As little as planning meals, as little as remembering appointments, organizing your schedules. Sometimes we think about tomorrow while trying to manage today. It's a lot to handle, and you see a lot of women out there actually who appear to have it all together, who seems to be perfect, and you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? There's this tendency to compare yourself. There's this tendency to feel under pressure, to feel less of yourself. I've come to realize that there are a lot of behind the scene, and behind the scene, what I mean is people present what they want you to see. Thank God for social media, but the truth is, whatever we see on social media is what people want us to see. There are a lot of behind the scene. There are things happening. What God is teaching me right now is that there is time for everything. There is time for everything. So there are different seasons and phases of life. So some of the people out there, they've also gone through certain phases of their life. They've gone through certain seasons of their life that no one is opportune to know about, But we are seeing the perfect side now, and a lot of people are killing themselves, based on comparison. And another thing that God is teaching me is that grace is necessary, to give myself grace. And what I understand by this, or what I mean, is that taking it one day at a time, taking it one step at a time. Whatever I'm able to do, whatever I'm not able to do, it's fine. We move. Because if someone comes to me, trying to, just pour their frustration and all that, they haven't done much, or they were not able to do this, what I will say is, just take it easy. do it, take it one step at a time. So what God is teaching me myself is to be kind to myself, don't be too hard on myself, just take it one step at a time, do what I can do, and whatever I can't do is a growing phase. We'll get there. So the things that are working for me right now, my behind the scene, the first one I would say is the ability to prioritize, and this is also key because if I have a list of things I want to do, I put them in order of priority and I attend to them accordingly. So if I'm unable to do certain thing in a day, it probably be one of those at the bottom. Setting your agenda or your task in order of priority is key, because when you don't get to do some, it will be like they are the least important, even though most of the time everything seems to be important, but there are some that are more important than the others. So if you're able to list out the things you want to do in order of priority and do them accordingly, that is really helping me, and I believe it will help someone. Another thing that is working for me right now is the ability to ask for help. A lot of people think that when you ask for help you're weak, or when you ask for help you're weak. The truth of the matter is, when you ask for help, it strengthens you, it depicts strength in itself. So ask for help from those around you, from your husband, ask for help from your children, from family and friends. I asked for help from my children, and amazingly it feels good, really. And it is one of the things that is helping. And another thing I would say is delegation. By delegation I mean delegate your task. Whatever it is you can delegate out, delegate it. So I'm someone who want to do things my own way. I want to do it. I have a picture in my head, I want it done that way, so I'll just go for it and do it. But I've realized that delegation does not just relieve me of some of the tasks I have to do. It also gives room for growth to another person, and also build a sense of responsibility. It's so beautiful, as little as my children are, when I delegate tasks to them, though it might not come out, of course, as I want it to, but it's build them, it helps them grow, right? It gives them a sense of responsibility. So I will advise and recommend delegation. Another thing that is really, really working for me is being committed, to my personal growth. Right? This is really important. So I was having this conversation with my husband recently, and I was just trying to let him know about how I felt. Like, I wasn't too happy. I felt like I was not growing. I felt like I was not really doing anything for myself. I felt like I was just everywhere for everyone and not doing much for myself. And he looked at me and he said, it shouldn't be like that. He said he said in his word, you should be deliberate about your own growth. Whatever you can do for the home, if you are not able to cook, for instance, leave it. We will be fine. We'll sort ourselves. But it is important for you to do something for yourself. And like, it was really deep, because yes, most of the things I do, they're important things as much as I want to also develop myself, but some things can wait really, and I've been very committed to my personal growth. So it doesn't matter how many minutes you have in a day. It doesn't have to be done at once. It's a process. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, as much as you can spare, to develop yourself in whatever area you need it. It could be, reading a book. It could be listening to a podcast. It could be, spending time to pray, devotion, your prayer time. It could be exercising, whatever it is that represents or that will mean for growth for you. It is important to do it daily, no matter how much of time you are able to do it. Start small. It doesn't have to be done at once. You don't have to read a whole book or 5 chapters or 4 chapters in a day. If you're able to read 2 pages, if you're able to read 1 chapter, that's good. You're adding up to your growth. So that is really helping me now. One last thing I will share that is helping me is prayer. Prayer, my devotion time. I've realized that whenever I jump into my day, without spending time with God, without praying, it just messes me up. It makes me kind of tight. It makes me kind of so anything and little things gets me upset. I'm very I get irritated. Little things I get upset. It just makes things tight for me. But prayer and devotion is one hack, is one thing that has really, really made a lot of difference. It makes my day soft. It's the same 24 hours, whenever I spend time, to just fellowship with God before I go into my day. It makes my day, my life soft. I still have the same tasks, the same things I'm doing, but the help of God just make things soft for me. Just things that would kind of get me upset, I just look away. Things that would get me exhausted, that would get me stressed, it just make a lot of difference. So I would recommend that as much as you can, try to spend time with God, try to fellowship with God, try to pray, and because scripture says commit your ways to God and I will direct your path. So commit your ways, spend time with God, fellowship with God. I hope today's conversation has blessed you. I hope you've been able to get 1 or 2 things from what has been shared. If you are a woman or you have a woman in your life and you want more conversations, practical, honest conversations, surrounding life, let them know about this space and subscribe to this page. Follow me as I drop more videos, more discussions are coming. I hope you have a good time. Till I see you next time. God bless.